once homeless, always homeless. I think it's important to view it as a community, a marginalized community. That's the best way to approach it, and it's the only way we can make progress. I became homeless around 2009 after so many issues with my family and with my employment and life choices and things like that. Everyone's reason is somewhat unique. There's an infinite reasons why people become homeless. Yes, I moved from. I had a wife and 3 children, and we moved from New York to California. I was employed as a golf professional at the time, living in Palm Springs. And when 9/11, for me, personal reasons, the initial catalyst, and it's tough for me to say, was actually 9/11. When I was a golf professional in New York, I worked at a club called National Golf Leagues of America, and most of our members were, well, extremely rich, but members of the Wall Street elite, many of whom had died on 9/11. So when that happened, I knew a bunch of guys personally that had perished in the towers, and it kind of affected me a little bit, and it affected my job and my home life, and divorce for me soon followed, which started a chain reaction of events. I don't like to mention that 9/11 was the catalyst because it affected so many more people, so greater than I. I don't want to blame 9/11 by any means. But it really was kind of like the thing that kind of started changing things, my attitude towards a lot of things, and which ruined the chemistry of my marriage. And then I fell into a bitter, long divorce, custody that's still raging on.
Oh.
And that was, gosh, almost 20 years ago. I don't know.
Oh,
No,
wow.
11 years ago. It was like 20.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it seems most of the homeless community, yes, there are families that are homeless, and yes, there are an increasing amount of women that are homeless. The majority are guys like me that just, it's usually a woman or a family situation or a job that you just kind of fell off your expected path, and to climb back on the path is maybe a little too difficult, too many obstacles in the way, and the current is really strong in homelessness. And so you just kind of get swept away. It's getting easier to get swept away every year because homelessness is more and more tolerated in every community, and logistically you're capable of being a homeless person these days. So there's no end in sight. If they think they're going to end homelessness, that's a pipe dream. And we need to incorporate it into society. I mean, that's going to be the tough sell for America. And we're going to have to call it like nomadic lifestyle, not necessarily homelessness, or just the inability to keep a steady address. I mean, while I'm presently housed now, it's so fleeting. It feels so fleeting. I don't know necessarily where I'll be. I don't have steady employment yet after graduation, and I'm not sure where I'll be residing soon. So I think it's important that the real things that that will happen in America, the first thing that's gotta happen is we have to come to terms where there's just not enough quality work for everyone. And maybe we've reached the point where we don't need everybody to work. We're not fighting Hitler. We're not going west. Manifest Destiny is dead. There's not enough resources, not enough wetlands, not enough water, too many stores, just too much. We need to take a step back. We need to conserve our open spaces, and we need to employ a universal basic income for all Americans. And that'll enable people to do whatever it is they want, and I think that'll really facilitate human evolution. If you don't have to worry about financial feasibility, if you can support yourself on doing what it is that you love, and if you can just do what you love, that would be great. If everyone had the opportunity to be an artist, whether it's financially viable or not, I think that's great. Those poor young people that died in the ghost ship, it was a shame that they couldn't make better a living at their passions, and that they can afford a safer place to live. But I think our future will incorporate a nomadic lifestyle. We're going to be required to supply sleeping stations for those who opt to live that way, with the bathrooms and showers and laundry and repurposed food will all become the norm in our urban centers. By the same token, I think it's important that we stop relying on the average citizen to take care of the homeless. The shopkeeper that has to clean up after them, or the bus driver that has to worry about them sleeping on the bus. It's important that we empower the homeless community. And so that's where my nonprofit comes in, the Dick Hildenbrand, named after my father, Foundation for Academic Reentry. The Dick Hildenbrand Foundation for Academic Reentry will facilitate education for homeless adults like myself. We will provide outreach, help with enrollment and getting your affairs in order, and support throughout your education process. Because a marginalized community, as we've learned in America, have we not yet learned that we cannot make progress in a marginalized community unless we have members of that community involved in the decision making and the discussion. As well-meaning as authorities may be in dictating what is best for a community, unless they have been members of the community, they don't know what it's like. And I don't need to tell you that.
You're at the club. Some bad cat from LA lets loose with rapid fire skins and snares. The neat punctuation cracks the cymbals, bringing it all to a head. Over and above the rhythms and the melodies and that fire god sax man, until nothing more can be said without him. Hey, whale man!